Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here for another edition of the Mikey live stream. Uh, Coming at you live. Thanks, everybody, for joining and joining early. Looks like Maurice got here first. Man, he was here first at 8:35. Dang. That's someone coming early, man. He was waiting in line. He camped out, man, for his tickets. Wiley, what's up? Is that Wes? Um, Trying to figure out who Wiley Coyote 505 is. If that's Wes, let's see what zip code or zip 505 area code is. See if it's New Mexico, then I know it's Wes. It is Wes. Okay, so I figured so much. Okay, I think I thought I recognized you, man, in the pic there. Um, Cheers, Smoke a lot of potamus, man. What is up, brother? Tommy, hey man, good evening. What's up, brother? YouTube just now dinged me. Kadang. That's cool. Right on, man. We got somebody mentioned something about two streams. So I know it does one on my channel and then one on shorts or something like that, in the live shorts. So I guess I stream simultaneously to two different locations in search of a greater audience or something like that. So yeah, we are here to recap the road trip up to the Northeast. I did it a little bit the other day, but any questions, man? I've got so many picks. I wonder if I could. I don't know how I get them off my phone to get them over to here. Let me see, because I could just go. Let's see, image file, share screen, extra camera. No, ooh, would that work? Let's see what this is. No, that didn't do it. No, that didn't do it. Yeah, I was gonna see. I could go through all the pictures I took. Maybe I could just go through my I could just go through my images and just basically go over the trip with you guys. If anybody wants, just let me know. I plugged in the Marshall today, man. I got it out of the car. I got a Marshall 1974 Marshall with greenbacks, 4x10 or 4x12 cab, and a Marshall Master Volume from 1976 head, and warmed it up and was playing it. It was so funny. I don't know how to play, right? I don't know how to play yet, but I kept turning it up and it kept being like, yeah. And then I turned it up more and I was like, yeah. And then I turned it up more and it just kept getting louder and louder. I felt like I was riding my Ducati. It was like when you dig into something, whether it's an engine in a car and you just rip and it just feels so good going full throttle. Well, I didn't get it anywhere near full throttle on the amp, but it blew a fuse. So I'm going to have to call Nick. If Nick Panizzi is watching, Nikki, you're due a call. I got to figure out why it blew a fuse in the amp. I set it to 16 ohm because the cab is 16 ohms. It definitely has 11, Stevie. Yes. So can't wait to hear about the trip. Okay, man. I'll tell you about it. It was crazy. I can go through it. I'll look at my photos and the photos will remind me. It started out with Capital Audio Fest. And then I'll go, what is a good tube preamp? So, that is a loaded question. Are you looking to buy one? Is that why you're asking? And then if you are considering buying one, then I can that will give me a better, I can start asking you questions. And then everybody can witness how I do this, I use Zoom to move files from PC to phone. No, I've got files on my phone, right in my camera file that I want to share with you guys right now on the screen. And so I don't know how to do that through the streaming software or whatever, so, hey, Mikey, Andy, Dorenzo, awesome to meet you, Joe and Jamie. Thanks for stopping by and glad to see you made it home safely. Yeah, man. Thanks, brother. It was great. We went by Andy's place and listened to his rig. He's got a beautiful room, man. This guy built out a room in his basement that is like a freaking theater. Like, I mean, it's really pretty with all like the curtains and all the stuff. He made it look very beautiful and it looks awesome. It does. And Steve is asking if my amplifier goes to 11. It absolutely goes to 11. Anything I own has to go to 11, man, or it just isn't Mikey style. If it doesn't go to 11, it's not Mikey styley. So let's see. Let me look at the I'm gonna look at the photos. Let's see. Camera. No matter reason. This is more. There's more here. You ever wonder why sometimes your photos don't show up when you look for them back in there? It's between the recent or the favorites. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I can walk us through this trip. Where did we start? Uh-oh. Where did we start? Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. It started at Capitol Audio Fest. Let's see. Where is this? Is Mikey ready for Capitol Audio Fest? Doing in business attire, ready to go to Capitol Audio Fest. See, there were some shoes. This is the wife of damn it. And I'm gonna start having senior moments again, remembering names. The Swiss man, the Swiss German man, and I can't remember his name right now. But I can see him clear as day. He brings in Matterhorn Audio. His wife, always has beautiful. She's got the best shoes and the beautiful. She's always wearing beautiful things, and she's probably the hottest woman in at the shows. And these were the shoes she was wearing. I was like, I got to take a pic of those shoes. Those are something else. She walks so well in them too. I'll go see those guys. They're in Boston someday. I'll go up there with Joe. Oh, whoa. These were killer. Man, these were at the show. I can't remember what the name of those things were, but this dude sells kits. Got his card. All this crap is in a kit for like $3,500. And you should have heard those speakers, man. Dual 15s or something, and horns and stuff. And yeah, they were totally tweaky. They were hand wired, and you had to set them up there and balance them and all that shit. But, you know, sometimes it's cool to see what people can do with just basically DIY, which is what that was. He wasn't even selling anything. Can you imagine that? The guy went to there just to showcase, because he loved the stuff so much that he went to just show it and just be an enthusiast. I love these guys because they come there just for the passion. He's not even selling anything. He's just enthusiastic about his rig, and he's sharing it with people. So, oh yeah, here it is. Audio gear for blue collar audiophiles. Look at, there's his thing. Audio gear for blue collar audios. DIY speakers. Look at that shit. $1,400. Mid-range horn kit. Those were the woofers. Mid-range. See if I can get it to zoom in. Mid-range. Damn it. Where is it? Come on, focus. It's trying to focus on something else. Mid-range horn kit, $1,700. Tweeter kits, $429. 2 tweeters, $299. Total drivers, 3D components cost $3,800. We sell the components. You make the wood baffles. Estimated cost of these baffles. Come on. Come on, man. Why is it not doing that? It's trying to focus behind me. Maybe if I got, well, I've got too wide of a, well, I'll just read it to you. We sell the components. You make the wood baffles. Estimated cost of the baffles, if you had a cabinet maker do them, they'd be $3,000. So that is 6,828. And the amplification chain, total cost you're hearing to get today, 15,000. Okay, so it was a lot less than a lot of other things that were at the show. It was just interesting to see. Here's Tommy. He's got his eyes closed. He's smiling. That's Tom. This is the guy that turned me on to Playback Designs. He was one of my customers in Maryland, and he was the one that told me, check out Playback Designs, and if you like it and you tell me it's good, I'll buy it. And that was the impetus that I had to try Playback Designs. And I called him up, and the rest was history. Oh, there's, he's got, that was like eyes closed. There's Tommy with his eyes open. Really good guy, man. Fisherman, big fisherman. Okay, so that was that. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so see these speakers? These are the new Mach 8 by Grandinote. Okay, these speakers are 110 or 115,000. Okay, I have the same ones. I shouldn't say the same ones. The previous version, okay, which is in the other room, that are like wood veneer. This was carbon fiber in the case. So what? Carbon fiber. It looks cool. It's a race car. It's light. Yada yada. Same drivers. Whatever. Maybe they changed a little couple things, but I mean the same height, same 8 drivers. These are 110. I've got a pair here. I'll sell for 20 grand. They're in my way, and I'm not going to use them. And so somebody buy them for 20 grand. It is a phenomenal price and a great bargain. So that's why I had those. Oh, here's Mark. Okay. It was Mark's birthday. We took him out. Mark is a good friend of mine. This is the guy that invited me. He's a client and a friend of mine. This is the guy that invited us up to Mystic, Connecticut. Damn it. Trying to get it to focus. To Mystic, Connecticut. I took everybody out for dinner. So everybody that was with us tonight, I think there was 14 people. I took everybody out to show them. Most of them all were customers. Some people brought friends, but to show them my thanks for supporting my business by buying product. I took everybody out to dinner to the Brazilian steakhouse, Fogo de Chao, and paid for everybody. So that was cool. That was like a thank you to the tribe for the trip. Here were some interesting speakers wrapped with Alcantara, called Master Artist speakers. Here was, and they were showing with Burmester. Man, I can't get a good I can't get it to focus well. Have to figure it out. Okay, so then we went to, let's see. This was I saw somebody's license plate. Have a grateful day, a steal your face, and then what is it? Don't be sexist. Broads hate that. That's funny. So that's a funny combination. You're a hippie, but it's like funny. Don't be sexist. Broads hate. So it's just funny. Here is us with Thomas. We took the Fishers out. This Thomas Fisher and his wife Reva and Joe, my significant other, and we went and had some killer dinner at seafood. Of course, as soon as we hit DC, the oysters started, and they didn't stop. Here we were in DC. You can see we went to DC. We took the Fishers to DC the day after the show. Here is a Wright bicycle. I got this to show Jared. Wilbur Wright, or Wilbur, the Wright brothers. That was a bicycle. They were bicycle makers. We went to the Air and Space Museum. So here's like a jet engine. How can I get this to work well for you guys? If I go like this, there we go. That's the inside of a jet engine, like a cutaway of a jet engine. And then here was a really cool DC 9. DC 9, I think it was. Was it DC 9 or DC 3? No, the DC 3 had the props on it. This was a DC 9. What I love about those old planes is look at the face on that thing, dude. Is that not hilarious? I mean, it's got eyes and a nose. I'm like, that is awesome, dude. Talk about character in an airplane. That's nuts, man. If I saw that thing flying up, I'd be like, hey, dude, let's go flying, dude. And then some other stuff. Look at this thing. Whirlybird. Like full tilt cartoon Whirlybird, dude. I'd be scared shitless to go on that thing. It looks totally unsafe. I'm sure, according to physics, it's no more unsafe than the other ones. This was one of those whatever the hell, one of the first. I don't think it was a fighter jet, but it's probably just going after speed, a Navy thing or Air Force. When they were learning their shit. Anyways, I can bore you with all the shit that I saw. That was pretty cool. Evil Knievel's bike. John Glenn's spacesuit from the moon. So those were all the things that we did at the museum. So we went to DC, and when we saw, here's where January 6th happened, right there. We're looking at that, and the Capitol, and we sat on the steps of the museum. So there's Thomas and Riva, the Fishers. They sort of the founder of Fisher and Fisher, great people. Here was on top of the Capitol, the sniper sitting up there, which was kind of cool to see him walking around with a rifle, ready to take out any of the protesters that got too unruly. Bunch of protesters, of course, protesting some shit. Deviled eggs with fried oysters, and that's something you don't see every day. That was pretty good. So that was our DC trip. Went to by the White House. They had a cigar store, so I bought some killer sticks. Then we went to Tommy's place on the way back, and that's where I did the video comparing to the Solution, and we heard that system, which he's probably going to end up with some Fisher speakers. I don't think the Clarises are right for him. He doesn't think so. We tried to fix them, man. We tried to get them they sounded very dark, and we tried to bring them back. We couldn't. After that, we left Maryland. We went to Philly, and that was in Philadelphia. This big mansion downtown, pretty wicked. They just got cool stuff. If you've never been to Philadelphia, it's very historic. Anytime you start going north, it gets really historic. That thing was like a cheesesteak that was totally too much. So yeah, then we got up into, where was this pizza from? Oh yeah, that was the first. That was from Don, man. That was South Jersey tomato pie. That stuff was so good, man. That was the killer. That was my favorite pizza the whole trip. Of course, here's a watch. One of the few APs that I like. I'm not really an AP guy, but that thing was sweet. Then of course you saw Don's rig, which that's the MPD-8 sitting in there. I did a video on that one. That was in South Jersey. So yeah, that was, oh shit. Check this out. Okay, so here's a paddock that I put on. Oops, let's see if we can get that to focus. Come on. I want it to focus so you guys can see that thing. There you go. See that watch? I had that on my wrist, $76,000. $76,000 for that watch, man. Beautiful piece. It's hard to imagine. I mean, and that's not even that much in the grand scheme of things. Everybody's been sending me the YouTube thing of Richard Mille, which his watches are like 300, 400, man, probably in the millions. They got, I mean, I can't, it's hard to fathom that people would walk around with $1 million on their wrist. Vox AC30 at Jamie's. We got up to Northern Jersey after that from South Jersey. There's Jamie playing his telly. This is like a 64 telly through a Leslie. He was showing us how that sounded. This was funny. This is there too. Satin Dolls, home of the original Bada Bing. It's the Bada Bing Club. It's a strip club up there in Jersey. I was like, I got to get a picture with that thing. Then we went into Jamie's rig, and you saw that. That was the rig that where we put the Fisher and Fishers in. They were Dynaudios, but he ended up taking those out. I played a bunch. Jamie has a guitar collection that's crazy. I played a bunch of I mean, he's got the very first, I'll show you. This is the very first. That's a 59 gold top. This is a 57 gold top. Here is the very first Les Paul ever made. That is Mikey sitting there, and that is a 54 Les Paul. Very, very, you don't find him. He let me play all sorts of shit, ES335, all sorts of stuff. Here we went to Brooklyn, and we listened to this rig, and I'll make a video. This was Nicky's rig in Brooklyn. We had dinner with his family. It was great. We had Italian. It's a total Italian family. The mama was there. Oh, you stay for dinner. She was like, it's my day off. I take out the steak of salad. We're like, oh shit, I'm sticking around for the steak salad for sure. And it was good shit. Thanks, Nicky, again, man. It was great. He bought this piece from me. You can see off on your left, that esoteric or the TIAC by a CD player. He put it in. He was really happy. We went to the pastry shop, Italian pastry shop that was in Brooklyn. So that was killer. Then we went to the city. This is where we were staying, in the city, right across from, what is that place called? The Webster Hall. So we were right across from Webster Hall where we stayed in the city, New York City. Here's Mikey all looking like a Goomba with my freaking leather jacket on. Hey, how you doing? I'm making a don't face with the leather. We won't tell anyone that I was packing a loaded 9 inside my jacket. I got a pistol, and I know you can't do that there, but I didn't care. I'm like, I don't know about this New York, dude. I don't know nothing about it, so I'm walking hot. That was just kind of some pics that we got. Beautiful, New York City, man. Just got beautiful buildings, beautiful, cool architecture. I mean, look at that. You're just like walking along and you see shit like that. You're like, what? We don't get anything like that anywhere near that around here. So it's just like crazy. We went to Ground Zero, saw Ground Zero. So that was heavy duty, man. There's definitely some heavy energy right there. It's like it's not even a smiley place. It's just, let's see if I can get it to focus, which is going to be the trick this whole time. But yeah, that was right there. Heavy duty, not cool thing. We went to Katz's Deli, of course, and got a pastrami sandwich. If you've never been to Katz's Delicatessen and you're in the city, you need to go to Katz's Delicatessen. And you go up to this counter like this, and you stand in a line. See all those, there's numbers, cutter 654. You just go to one of those numbers and stand in line and get your cutter guy, who will make you a sandwich, and he'll cut it fresh for you. And here is Mikey getting ready to partake in a giant pastrami. We were splitting it with the Dr. Browns, and just digging in, man, getting ready to dig in. Think in the background, did we get some booty? I think so. Yep, getting ready to dig into the pastrami. It was epic. Then we went over to Richard's place. This is the guy I told you about. Those are kit speakers that he put together, and a rig that he assembled himself over many years. It's crazy. There's so many things in there, but it's all vintage, older stuff. And he knows music, man. He had it dialed in. It sounded great. And it's all jammed in a little apartment, but it sounded great. So that was in Brooklyn. Here's an iconic pic from New York City. You see the little hot dog carts. That's a very New York. Then we went back over to Jersey with Jamie. And we had some Amici's pizza in Maywood, which was awesome. So that was killer pizza. That's a Nona's pizza right there. And Jamie doesn't. I eat just sausage. Jamie had a margarita. Let's see. Yeah, there's a kind of a better picture of it. So we were trying different pies. I'm streaming twice on purpose. It allows me to do in a shorts in the 2 different formats. Oh yeah, Jamie caught this photo. We're driving along, and there's my face, and then it's Mike's amazing whatever the hell. Let's see if I can get that too. Doesn't say Mikey's amazing, but it says Mike's amazing. Then we went back to Jamie's. We did some more listening. And that's the Krell that he had. And, so that was cool. Crazy ass guitar collection with all that shit. I mean, these are highly prized unobtainium. Damn it. Come on, focus. Unobtainium. SGs, Les Pauls, Explorer, Firebirds, Flying V's, all that shit is 60s, 50s. None of it's, I mean, there may be one or two new ones in there. Oh, this is fucking funny. Look at the sign. Me and Jamie, we make, let's see, come on, focus. Can you see it? Please push in stool when done. I was like, oh God, that's too fucking funny. That was where we had our Jewish deli. Well, we had bialy. We had bialy, toasted bialy. I had whitefish salad. It was so good. Brooklyn or New York. Look at this. Here's the headstock. Fender Esquire. That's an old one, baby. Look at that neck. Just totally seasoned. We went to a custom guitar builder that Jamie knows. This guy did guitars for Blue Oyster Cult and many bands. You can see, whoops, over here, this, like, man, he's got a dragon inlay on it. Let's see if we can get a close-up of that so you can see this. But he inlaid, I'm trying to do this as best I can. He inlaid a dragon. Oh, man, come on. He inlaid a dragon out of like bronze or some metal, which was pretty cool. Come on, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so that was looking at those custom guitars. Then we went over and I listened to these panels. This was in Massapequa. We started heading up Long Island. This is in Massapequa. And those are the Altec Lansing panels. And we listened to those for a while. That was interesting, as you know, Altec Lansing. Cool resurgence of the brand. Oh, here's a wicked pic I took of the city. Look at that with the bridge and all that, man. Got to get that one to focus. Can't see if I can. Damn it, come on. Doesn't want to focus. There it is. Look at that. I mean, that New York from when you're pulling in, when you're anywhere, off in the distance looking at New York. Come on. It's stunning. It's really, it's a stunning stunning city. Okay. We went that way. Okay. Okay. So that was up there. Then we were in Long Island. We went out to the beach. Okay, this is in the Hamptons. This is West Hampton. So we were up in West Hampton. We went down to the beach, got some photos. Here's Wonder Woman. I don't know. That was kind of a sexy position. That was pretty suggestive. I'm like, oh, she's got a, yeah, anyways, here is us hanging on the beach. That was, again, West Hampton. We got on the ferry up there. I think I did some short videos of the ferry. There was, fishing boats and lighthouses and all that New England type stuff, which was cool. So we did that. Oh yeah, this guy, man. Look at this, dude. We got up on the top and I looked on the end. We got up outside of the ferry and we looked where the people were sitting and this shit was there, dude. I was like, Count Dracula. And I said it and I was joking and Jorleni, my gal, started laughing. And I thought it was like I'm like, wait, it's past Halloween. So there, I thought there's like a dummy sitting there, you know, to scare the birds away or something. I'm like, is that a cutout? Like to scare the birds? We walked up. It was a real freaking dude, man. And that's what he looked like from the back. It was so funny. I was like, holy shit, that guy's like Dracula. He looked like Dracula from the back. It was really funny. Oh yeah, this is the headstock from one of the guitars. Talk about classic and old. We ended up in Mystic. Can we see that? This is Mystic Pizza. It's not going to focus. Whoops. But you know, we whoops. Damn it. So we ended up in Mystic, Connecticut, which was super cool place. Let's see if we can get it to focus anyways we can. So we went there, went across the town. This is Mystic at night. You know, there's a drawbridge downtown, down in this the little town there. This was the panettone I bought when I was with Nikki, and we brought it up there. That thing was retarded. It was a $50 panettone, but it was so worth it. It was like, we brought it up. Here's the view from Mark's place. You can see the harbor in the background. You see that? And that's Mystic, Connecticut, looking at the harbor from Mark's place. So that was killer. Oh man, we had some retarded. Mystic has this place called Sift, which is a bakery that was just incredible. I'm like, oh my God, man, I would be so cooked if I lived here. You know, look at that pecan sticky bun. Look at these bagel sandwiches, smoked salmon, egg breakfast sandwiches, avocado toast with whatever fucking flowers on them or whatever, you know, boiled egg. Anyways, it was and then there's these things, man. This is what Mystic, Connecticut, Stonington looks. They have these rock walls everywhere that are left over from the back in the whatever 1800s, when they would clear their land, because there's so many rocks everywhere. They would clear the land to let their cows graze or whatever, and they would make fences as they cleared the land. Instead of just making pile of rocks, they made fences with the rocks. So everywhere you live up there, fences, these stone walls, freaking everywhere, man. And they're all left over from hundreds of years ago. It's really wild. This was the one that Mark did with his buddy. These are all freestanding stacked stone, no mortar. These things hold together just like that, stacked. I'm like, Jesus, good job, man. How do you do that? We made some fresh tuna with avocado, one of those things. Oh, we got an eel. Mark brought an eel back from the day boat, and lo and behold, it had a baby inside it. It was replicating. It was in the process of replication. Yikes. Gnarly. Here's at night from that same view of Mystic. Got fresh pasta straight off the machine the next night. So we had some killer ass pasta. This is funny. Look, this was lobster. We got lobster, swordfish, live lobster meat, Mexican Gulf shrimp. This was like the place that we went, this little shack that has the day boat. The boat comes in and you get whatever there was in on the day. Look at this, all the different oysters and clams still alive. You know, yum. Here was all the lobsters that they had, live lobster. We got fresh scallops off the day boat, and we made them like this, and we ate them raw, just with a little olive oil, cracked pepper. Delicious raw. And these are, I mean, for wine guys, I took some pictures of the wine. We took some because Joe liked the wine. So if we ever want to get for her, stogies, this is a cool thing. One of Mark's building. It's a cool old schoolhouse up there that he owns, and there's a store in the bottom. And so that was cool. This was, oh yeah, that night, one of the nights I had beef Wellington, which I've never ordered. I've never had it before. And I was like, well, I'm going to try it. So the beef Wellington was tasty. Oh, this is, no, that's something else. Guitars, that was still, we were still in Mystic. We stayed in Mystic for 5 days. Here is another, this is a shot from a different side of Mystic, so you can kind of see. Oops. Let's see if I can shake it, make it focus. Damn it. There you go. Yeah, just beautiful. These are the scenery that you see when you drive around. You're just driving around right next to the water with all these boats and everything. It's just gorgeous. You know, real pretty. Like that. The kind of how the houses are, sort of right there on the water. So, yep, that's the drawbridge, like that's in Mystic. Pretty cool. So yeah, so that was beautiful. We made our way back down. These are all like pictures of the like the boats and stuff. There's Mark passed out. Let's see. Nick's place. Oh yeah, look at this house, man. Just like sitting out there. What the hell? Like you got to take a boat to get out there. But New England's just totally cool. Here's another picture of a house like sitting out there somewhere in an island with a big like oil tanker or something behind it. That's what it was like. That was when we were headed south. I'm back home. Super pretty. And we went to New Haven, Connecticut. We went to Frank Pepe's and Sally's, and the pizza was all right. It wasn't that good, man. That char on the edge is too black. It was just, it's not my thing, man. The Jersey pizza was better. And then we went to this rig. I just sent him his MPD-8 today. This is Scotty in Connecticut. And, you know, on that rig, by the way, he was playing Torture Test songs. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it sounds like crap. It's like, yeah, we know he played songs that sounded like crap on purpose. And he was so impressed with what the MPD-8 did that we went to his father's house. And that's what his dad has. His dad has a killer rig, man. So Scotty's rig was killer, and his dad's was even more intense. And the dad was all smiles, man. Here's the MPD-8 and the streamer in Dad's rig, Gary's rig. So that was cool. Gary had some old Mark Levinson cello speakers that were there that were classics. Let's see. Oh yeah, then we ended up going to, this was a lighthouse. This is in Westport, Connecticut, or Bridgeport. We hung out down there waiting for Malcolm, our helicopter pilot buddy. Cool lighthouse. This bird was standing on a dude's car, and the dude and the seagull, and the dude was honking, and the thing wasn't leaving. It was just standing on his hood, staring him down. It wouldn't leave his hood. Must have been like warming his feet or something on the guy's hood. So that was that. Then we went another ferry. So we were on the water quite a bit. So that was beautiful out there, man. I love being on the water. So nice. Then we went to another rig. This is one that was in New York in Belmore. That was there. Those are Ryan Scott's Vapor audio speakers, Lampesator stuff. It's a cool rig. Then we went to Queens and we went and listened to this rig. This is Gil's rig in Queens. I sold him the DAC, the amps too. He's got two. Let's see, we can see those up there. Two Jeff Roland 125s. Trying to get it to focus again. There it is. He's got the AA DAC. Man, he had this set up well. Like, here's a guy that's got a rig that's not uber expensive at all. Like, these are all reasonable costing items, you know, and man, he had it dialed. I was like, good job, brother. Like, it sounds good in here. I've got some videos that I took. You know, those are the amps that I sold him. The Roland's beautiful. There's the AA DAC that I sold him. That was great. So let's see. Here's the crossovers that he's got for his. Those are my foils. I made him some foils back when I was making speaker cable foils for Pure Audio Project. So that was a cool rig. Then we got back to New York City and we went to Brooklyn Heights, and this was Tarek's place. Tarek in Brooklyn Heights. He's got some of these. Can't remember what speakers those were. I want to say Vandersteen, but no. Oh, what does it say? Parsifal. VA. What's VA? What's the company's name? Vandersteen? No, VA. Whatever. Parsifal. So he's got kind of older stuff. You can see the DAC on the bottom shelf back there. I sold him. That's one of the Japanese Bridge Audio Labs DACs. He freaking loves it. His rig sounded great. It needed some tuning. Like these are the speakers. I went and moved speakers and moved them around. That's the DAC that I sold him. Moved the speakers around and he freaked out. He's like, oh my God. And then even his wife was like, that's the best we've ever heard this sound. You know, and all I did was set up the speakers, man. I mean, so many of you all are listening to systems and you don't, and you wonder why it's not really doing anything. And it's because the speakers aren't even set right in the room. All I had to do was set his speakers right. I could tell the second I walked in, I'm like, they're not right. And he lives a block off the promenade. And this is when you look at New York City, that's Wall Street. We were across the river on a sidewalk, like a boardwalk, basically looking at that. It's like the most beautiful view of New York City. That's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. Whoops. Let's get it closer. See if we can get the Brooklyn Bridge. Here's another. It's kind of hard to see the Brooklyn Bridge. There was the Statue of Liberty. It's not catching this right. This is normally, I mean, it's green in on my phone. It's green. Somehow it's turning out white here. It's overexposed. Anyway, so Statue of Liberty again. Whoops. Picture of Wall Street, like reflecting off the water. It's the coolest thing to look at New York from a distance at nighttime. I'm trying to shake it, see if it'll focus. Come on. It's too cool not to focus. Oh, well, whatever. You get the idea. It was beautiful. There we can see the bridge better. The hell doesn't this thing want to freaking focus? Whatever. Anyways, so that was cool. Here we were driving downtown. You know, we went into the city. We're driving. There was the Met. We got down to Times Square. This was a cool shot, man, with this thing that like steam coming out of the whatever, the manhole. And you can't, here's Times Square. We had all these melty things going down. They were moving. We were playing killer music. Here's again Times Square. So we went through there. We stayed in Manhattan that night. That was cool. Oh yeah, this is the GW Bridge looking back at it. cloudy, kind of in the clouds. Pretty cool view. This was on our way back. Then we headed back. We saw Jamie again. Yeah. What else? Cool amp. Look at that thing. Marshall. Here's some more pics of the city. You know, so you can sort of see the scale of it. It's just intense, man. Such an intense city. So cool. This is Jersey City on the right, and then New York on the left. Another cool one in New York. Just an amazing, amazing metropolis. Gotham City, baby. I mean, you totally feel it. You're like, that's total Gotham City. It's wild, wild, wacky, wild stuff. Saw Statue of Liberty. We went over by it. Whoops, dang it. We went over by it. Got to see it. Here's a close-up. Pretty amazing. Another angle. It's pretty cool, man. Oh my God. Then we went to the Harold's New York Diner. That's a 3-pound freaking matzo ball. See if you can see that thing, man. 3 pounds matzo ball, man. Freaking retarded. I mean, I put my hand like next to it so you can like see how big that thing is. Look at that. The matzo ball was massive. We couldn't even get through it. They had killer pastrami. We had another pastrami sandwich, coleslaw. It was delish. That pastrami was so good. It was actually, I think it might have been better than Kat's. This is what they do at this place. They make sandwiches like this. They're $100 sandwiches, and they're just, you're just like, what are you gonna do with that? You share it with everybody. These were the cakes at the place. Like, look at the cakes. You're like, what are you kidding me? You know, different things, cheesecakes. Look at this thing, whatever, rainbow gay cake, carrot cake, chocolate. Yeah, so that was crazy. And then we went back to Jersey and we got one of those pies again, man. This thing was my favorite one for sure. They call them tomato pies. See, come on, baby. Focus. Tomato pie. There it is. Unbelievable. So tasty. Crispy, fluffy crust. Zesty tomato sauce. That went on top of it. You put the cheese on first, then the sausage, then they just splot, the tomato sauce on, and it's that's the way to do it. I'm telling you. There was the thing showing no droop whatsoever. Then we went to Maryland on our way down. We stopped and got Maryland crab cakes. You never had a Maryland crab cake? There's one right there. Absolutely delish. We went back on the ocean. Maryland. This was Annapolis, Maryland. Yeah, Annapolis is a cool town. Cool sailing town. Like little sailing town. There's our ride. That's what we took. That's my car. So we took on the road. It's a terrific vehicle for the road trip, an XC90. Here's another picture of Annapolis. So you can get an idea of what these towns are like. Right on the water. They're so cool. These towns like that with the docks and the ports and, the harbor right there. It's just so cool. And they're little. It's not like a big thing. Oh, yeah, we got lobster roll. That was good. That was there. That lobster. Yummy. That was tasty. Oops. Bone in prime filet mignon. Oops. That was done. That was in not in Norfolk, Virginia. and we were right by these and by the shipyard. It's an aircraft carrier and some other naval ship. It's a better pic of it. And then, oh, here's a Belgian Malinois that we're trying to find a home for. Really handsome doggy. That thing right there. He needs a home. I want to take him, but I can't take a dog. Then we went to the art museum. On the way back, there was an art museum in Norfolk. No, Wilmington. Was it in Wilmington or Norfolk? I can't remember. I think it was in Norfolk. All sorts of cool shit. The museum was ridiculous. Like this museum belonged to, it was a Chrysler museum. It belonged to the son of the founder of Chrysler. And he just collected all sorts of crazy, wild, beautiful things. I've never seen such a densely kick-ass collection. Like there was so many good, relevant pieces of art and history from all over the world. I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is like some dude's personal collection. You're like, that's ancient Roman shit. You're like, what are you talking about, dude? Like Thailand, or Bali, these things are all antiques, super wild, super cool, art, unbelievable collection of stuff. That thing was pretty scary. And look at that whacked out thing. I mean, just weird shit. Super beautiful, super cool. Here was a painting. I mean, talk about photorealism. I mean, how do you even paint that? The lighting, the sunlight, it's ridiculous. The thing was huge. Yeah, here's another thing like this. This thing was huge. It was life size. But I mean, you look at it and it's like photorealism. There's not even stroke marks. You go up close to it and there's not even paint strokes on it. You're like, how did you not make strokes with your paintbrush? Like how did you even do that? Just crazy. I love stuff like that. It's so cool. And then this was in Norfolk. We saw a battleship, man. I mean, this thing was retarded. This is a Tomahawk missile. Inside, I'm looking from the bottom where they shoot it out of, through the barrel of a Tomahawk missile, little silo, whatever they call it. That was wicked. 16-inch barrels on that thing. Those things are like 50 feet long. They got 16-inch shells. Absolutely incredible. And we went through the whole battleship. We gotta check it out and go see what it was like. This is a Iowa class. So this was the Wisconsin, which was an Iowa class. It's newer than the one that oh my God, these things were retarded. These were giant 1 pound apple fritters. Lasted us 3 days. We saw a deer. We went down to the beach and saw some surfers. That was in Wilmington. Smoked a killer davy on the beach. We'll see the surfers down there. I did a short where you get the guy going through a tube. Yeah, we got fresh flounder with crab cake on top. And let's see. Yeah, that fresh flounder with crab cake, oysters, 3 different ways, like baked oysters. Was killer. Smoked mussels. Then we got on to this was an earlier ship. We got down into the engine room on this battleship. This was in Wilmington, and that one's North Carolina. Wait, no, it was the what was the one down there? I think it was the Wisconsin that was down there. It is a earlier class. I can't remember. BB 57, 56, BB 56 was the number on this. So it's early. The other one was BB 60. 60 something, 67, if you know what those means. Here's Joe. She's at the helm. Like, this is down in the engine room. All these controls, like there's so many controls in this ship, so many places where there's gauges and knobs and shit. It's absolutely mind blowing. I made a whole video. Just look for it. A video's coming up. And all of these are all videos that I took in that battleship. It's unbelievable how they were accurate with where they were shooting those things and how they accomplished it. Is really whacked out. So that was on the way back. We saw 2 different battleships that we went and did tours on, and explored. You could just explore and go crawl around. Here's Mikey. Here's me on one of the 20 mils. Wouldn't that be great shooting a 20 millimeter gun, man? That would be awesome. That ain't no 50 cal, man. That's fucking 20 millimeter. And then here's the 16-inch guns. Look at that. I'm riding that like Wile E. Coyote. They put those in those long ass things, and then they put powder charges behind them, man, and close the door up. And it's like an old school cannon, dude. It's retarded. Look at these things, man. I mean, look at the size of those things. It's just, and dude, the amount of smoke and fire that comes out of those when they fire them, it's nuts. It's straight up. It's an old school cannon. So yeah. So, and then that's it. That's pretty much it. And then when we got back to Georgia, I finally got to pet a cow, a mama cow. I always wanted to pet a cow, and it was really friendly. And she was licking my hand, and like, yeah, it was cool. So there's the trip. There was the trip in a nutshell. You guys wanted to see the trip. I just gave you the play-by-play with the photos to prove it. So it was killer. Oh, where are we? I'm going to go back through these. Put in some quality time with the turntable for a change this week. Proud of you. That's cool. Nice heels. Oh, yeah, she did. She did. La Dolce Audio. Yes. Mikey, sorry I missed your call. That's all right, man. I was going to ask you about how to turn on properly with standby, but I just called my brother and I figured out how to turn on the amp. But I cooked it. I toasted a fuse, so I need to find out why. What's the name of those DIYs selling the kit? Man, I thought I had it in there. Let's see. I took a picture of their list, their product list, and it should have their kit on there. Good luck with it, man, because it's not for the faint of heart. They're just like, we just give you the plans, fucking make it. Which is cool for some people, you know, but woodworkers, you know, if you're not a woodworker, you're good luck. You can give it to somebody, though. You could give it to a cabinet maker. That's what I used to do. Okay, so here we are back at the show. Let me get this for you. That's after the show. Where is it, man? There it is. Okay. Audio gear for Blue Holler Audio. Doesn't even say their name on it. It looks like there is a, oops, come on. There's a thing to scan on the bottom. I'll put it up there if you want to scan that. Let's see if we can get it to focus on there. Scan that, brother. I'll hold it just like that. Scan it. And then there you go. That's the best I can do for you. Sup, tribe? What's up? Nick. Mikey, welcome back from Capital Audio Trenches. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it was great, man. Good to see you again. Thanks again for dinner with your folks. Love the Air and Space Museum. I know it was great. First Les Pauls were 1952. Did I say 62? I meant 52. I was saying 62, 60. Yeah, you're right. 57. So they were 62. He had a 62. I'm sorry, a 52, a 57, a 59. Not a 62, a 67, a 69, a 52. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I'm streaming twice. Yep, I'm clear about that. Oi, you know it. I mean, oi on that matzo ball, right? Yo, Mike, what's up, Charles? Why is your screen limited? Which one? I've got 2. I'm doing 2 simultaneous live streams. One is like this way, and one's this way. What a nice trip. Yeah, it was great, man. It was a good trip. Do you sell any reel-to-reel tapes, or would I be able to get some? Um, I don't know, maybe. Or where would I be able to get some? You can't sell. Okay, so it's something that you can't. It's one of those deals, like, right? Like, this is not licensed shit. Everything that I've got here, all these hundreds of tapes that I've got, you know, I can't sell that shit. It's illegal. Um, so, but if you're my friend, I could give you some shit, whatever. But what tape machine do you have? I'm gonna be selling Revox soon, so I'll have tape machines for all y'all that want to join the tape thing. Um, that'll be in my rig soon, and you'll see that. I've got other things. I had speaker manufacturer over here today showing me speakers, and I really liked them. I have to see if I'll be taking them under my wing. In my backyard, what restaurant was that in Norfolk? Okay. Let's see. For what were we talking about? Norfolk, Virginia. What were we eating there? I think we went to. Do you guys have you have a steakhouse downtown? It's called like Binders or Benders or Binders or something like that. Um, isn't that you guys in Norfolk? I think so. It's a steakhouse. It was a steakhouse. Um, Binders, Binders, Binder, and something. I could find out. It's La Dolce Audio DIY guy. Oh, that's the DIY is the guy that does those speakers. Okay, cool. I said 54. Oh, I did say 54. Okay, cool. The DIY is La Dolce Audio. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So anybody hear anything cool about hi-fi? Like, why don't you tell me anybody got any good gossip? Like, I don't watch any of the other channels. I don't watch any of the other shit because it's just too much drama and I don't like that bullshit anymore. But I know there's plenty of it out there. So let's have it. Somebody tell me what's going on out in the world of audio, because I'm very much concentrated on my world and my customers and taking care of my thing. I'm not looking outward at all. So what's going on out there? Any good gossip? Any good cool products? Anybody releasing anything new? I saw some crazy shit about what's best for them and them getting caught with doing favoritism to certain advertisers. There's some sort of drama going on there. So I'm not sure. Danny is fighting Amir again. Oh, about measurements. Again, so stupid. It's like childish. It's goofy, but people get into it. They get into it. I can't do it. Danny's selling a Puritan like Uber bus. Yep, and I saw the Me Too product. So he's going to be Me Too. It just means he's not making enough money. It's so funny because he went on and no slag to Danny, whatever, but he was very adamant about I make a lot of money, and I'm like, well, you don't keep inventing new products unless you need to. There's no reason to take other shit on. So everybody tries to pretend like they're fucking getting rich and everything like that, and it's like you're fucking not if you're making new products. That's my opinion. I know that when soon as my shit start taking off, dude, do you guys see me making cables anymore? Fuck no. Why? Because I don't have to. Why would I if I didn't have to? So making more products means you're trying to find different streams of income. So I'll be trying the pure. I've got the Ted Denny stuff. I've got the synergistic power cell 8 and 16 or whatever it is, the $4,000 one and the $8,000 one, and I've got some of the I'm going to put it up against the Puritan, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Hello, Mikey and Tribe. Enjoy your music. Everybody loves someone. Be loved and try to love yourself. Everybody, music is cool. You know it, Kenny and Deborah. Right on. Love you guys. You're the best. I guess the Uber bus is potted 100% to protect the tech. You know why people? I'll tell you why people 100% pot it. They 100% pot it to hide how fucking elementary it is. That's why they do it. They do it to so that you can't see how basic everything is, how cheap it is. That's why, I mean, have you guys seen the x-rays of the transparent audio top of the line $100,000 cable? You want to see what the x-ray looks like? I'll show you. Let's see, I have it here. Transparent is one of the, like, I don't like transparent. You become a slave to their whole thing, man. They make you a slave to their deal. Come on, where is that thing, man? Let me go here and see. Let me look at, let me see. How do I search? There it is. So there it is. That's what's in transparent pumpkin, you know, or whatever they got, the lunch pail in the middle of the thing. An inductor. You got a coil of wire. You can't see it, but it's a coil. And there's some shit in there, and it's all potted, but it's basic. You can see it's a super basic, right? There's nothing that makes it $100,000 inside that pregnant boa constrictor. That looks like a coil, a wire coil. It's just like this, you know, whatever else. So it's bullshit, man. They pot that stuff so that you can't see how fucking stupid it is inside. That's it. You know, it's all smoke and mirrors bullshit. You know, why not just say that you're not an innovator, that you're just doing some basic shit? And it doesn't matter. You know, maybe they are innovators or whatever, but I saw a thing the other day when somebody was talking to me about Wilson and, oh, but that's, you know, they use Corian. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what Corian is, right? It's mineral filled plastic. Okay. It's a polymer. Anytime you see polymer, that means plastic. Okay. And mineral filled. So they take dust from stone, sand, could be fucking anything, a mineral dust, and they throw it into the plastic pellets when they're melting that shit down. And then they squirt it out into a sheet. And you've got a polymer that gives it more density than being straight plastic by putting mineral filled in there. You know, whatever you put in there, powder, whatever. You can put gold powder. You can put sparkly reflective powder so that it makes a sparkly reflective and it looks like granite or whatever. And then it says, you know, like proprietary mix. Well, proprietary material, you know, proprietary, what do they call it? X material. And it's like X material is fucking plastic with sand in it, you know, with you can put a pube in there and then it's not Corian. It's a you know, proprietary blend. I made a proprietary blend by plucking fucking chin hair out and putting in there. That makes it proprietary blend. So, or proprietary material or a, you know, whatever. So that means nothing. None of that shit means anything to anybody. How does it sound and what does it do and how much is it and is it worth it? That's all it is. Everything else is a stupid freaking story. You know, it's just to jerk you off mentally, you know, and some people are easily jerked off mentally, you know, and it's like it's with the Amir crowd, you know, with all the specifications and all that shit and all the, you know, proprietary materials that are just a load of bullshit, dude. And you know how I know that? Because I used to fucking do it. I would take epoxy, and it's not lying. Saying proprietary material, not a lie, but it just doesn't mean anything. It's not important thing. Proprietary material. Do you know? It could be anything that makes it proprietary. You could put Coca-Cola in it; it makes it proprietary. You could vomit in it by accident, and it's proprietary material. You know, so that's stupid. And anyways, so you know, it's Corian that's just done with a different mix, and it's not stone. Okay. Well, I was talking to somebody, it's like that shit is plastic. It's not natural material. It's not natural stone like granite or like slate or whatever. It's freaking plastic with sand in it, you know. Clearly it's some other mineral, but whatever. I'm just making it. Yo, dude, saying beam, saying beam me up, Scotty. Craig, buddy, how are you doing, man? Thanks for your business recently. How many of the homes you visited during this trip used a Puritan? I don't fucking know, dude. I didn't count, some of them. Like I mentioned to you the other day, I wish I got one a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I mean, if I was a smart business guy, I would call everybody that bought a DAC from me, everybody that bought anything from me, and be like, "Do you have the Puritan? You got to have it." This is what the typical dealers do. They call and rehash the shit out of their customer base, and I just don't do that. It doesn't mean I don't love you guys. It's just I'm not going to sit and call you all the time and keep trying to sell you shit. You have to realize that, how far do you want to go if you need a little more, but everybody should have Puritan. It's like, I just sort of think that people already know that. I don't, I take it, I guess I take it for granted. I just think everybody knows you need to have a power conditioner. You can't just plug into the wall into your house with nothing in between your rig and the wall. Maybe I haven't made that clear enough. You just can't do that. You can do it, but you're wasting your audio rig. You need to have something that filters the noise off the wall power. Okay, because the wall power is dirty. So you need to filter the noise off it before you go to your audio system. And then you don't need to go crazy with it. You don't need to have $50,000 worth of crap. And people will tell you, this industry is full of squirrel-minded rhetoric. Okay, and what I mean by squirrel-minded rhetoric is just like this hyper over the edge. And look, you're hearing this from OCD Hi-Fi Guy. I wrote the book on that shit. I mean, I went through all that crazy stuff, the crazy wiring, the crazy retarded level grounding, all the stuff, building my walls double thick, slanting my ceiling, putting acoustic wool all over my wall. I mean, I did so much shit, and so much of that shit it's not necessary for you all. Look, you're a billionaire, whatever, and you have time, and you just are gonna build a room, and you're just gonna blow money on it. It's totally not needed, but people will just get into your head and activate your squirrel and make you think that you need to have all this crazy shit in order to hear good. You just don't. Save the money and just buy a better DAC, buy a better amp, buy better speakers, and then you can listen to them in a normal room. My room I was putting together, so it was simple. I just doubled up the walls. I just put OSB on my walls before I put the sheetrock in, and I just put in dedicated circuit on a separate box. But I went over what I did in that room. It's not really necessary. And so people will have you think that you need a $20,000 rack, and you need to have $10,000 in grounding, and you need to have 100,000 in room treatments, and just all this crazy stuff. It's not like that, man. Just spend more on your gear and you'll be better off. Hey, Mike and Tribe, nice chatting with you on the phone today. Yeah, man, it was great, brother. Good catching up. Thanks. Biggest improvement in my system for a long time, a must. He's talking about the Puritan audio. Cool, man. Way better than my Cardus Nautilus. Cool, man. That's good. Rev says, recently got the Puritan and it does sound better with it. Yeah, man, I should get one for the Marshall. Have you tried your guitar amps into the Puritan? Puritan 156 all the way. You know it, man. Absolutely. Well, I got to find, I started, Brent, I started turning up my guitar, dude. And I felt like Cheech. Have you ever seen Cheech and Chong? Where Chong is sitting in there and he's got the guitar cranked so loud and he's like, he's not even playing music. And he's like getting cross-eyed and like the amp is like smoking and he's just like, yeah, man, and he's just like jamming. That's how I felt, dude. I kept turning it up and it was like, holy shit, this thing is loud. It's got power. It's like just riding something with a wicked engine on it. And I couldn't help it. I turned it up. I don't think I turned it up too loud because as far as I know, you can crank those things and they're not going to break. So something blew a fuse and I don't know why, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, I got to go. I'm getting a little tired of blabbing. So I'm out of here. Good to see you guys, and I will see you next Wednesday. So anybody that wants to get in contact for some audio gear, contact me. I can take care of you. And I've got some great end of the year sales. If people want some things, man, holler. I've got some, and you know, again, I'll say this again. It's time to get your Fisher and Fishers now. There's going to be a price hike. By the time the new price hike comes in, and with tariffs, my cost, okay, will have gone up 35% on Fisher and Fisher since I started carrying the brand. So there will be a significant, you know what that means? If I'm a typical dealer, if my cost goes up 35%, it's a 70% increase in Fisher. You know, it's going to put you into the small ones instead of getting the big ones. Right now, I have a pair of 770s that are $50,000 speakers that I've got one pre-tariff that is here, a pair of 770s that I'll sell for $40,000. This will be the only chance you have to buy a new pair of Fisher and Fisher with a warranty for 40 grand, 770s. So I implore you, if you're considering Fisher and Fisher 770s, pull the trigger now. Do not wait, because they will go up. You want to get some stuff, get with me before the end of the year. All right. See you. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you next week.